idea that you find so compelling was essentially that one has to understand their potential for horrific behavior, that it almost exists in all of us, that it's a facet of just the human experience.
Well, look, I know partly why you're so popular. It's because you're a monster. Part of the reason that you're appealing to people, if you don't mind me saying this, you know, I'm not trying to be forward particularly, but I thought about it a lot, is that you're a tough guy and you tell the truth. But it's both of those together that's what's doing it. Calls forward people who are like you, if we're lucky. And those are guys who have this warrior end, because, you know, you're a fighter. So, and if you're going to be a fighter, you have to want to win.
Gordon is undeniably the best pound-for-pound jiu-jitsu player on earth. Not just the best, but it's a pretty good statement to say that you're the best ever. And you're only 25.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
How the fuck does that happen?
So I'm going to go ahead and give credit to John. I mean, I think that without him, I maybe would have been successful. I would have been, you know, maybe the best in the world at some point in my career. But I don't think that without John, I would be where I am right now. And I don't think that I would have gotten this good in this amount of time. You know, I've been training 10 years. I've been competing professionally for 5 years. And I think that, you know, a big part of the reason why I am where I am is because of John's coaching. Yeah,
and we're talking about John Danaher, for people who don't know, who is a literal genius and a mastermind in jiu-jitsu and a true mad scientist. And watching him coach you guys is very fascinating.
If you ask the question, who is the greatest grappler that I've ever seen, I would say I've never seen anyone better than Gordon Ryan.
Uncontroversial statement to say that Gordon Ryan is one of the greatest grappler ever.
You know, Gordon's obviously a very polarizing figure, and people tend to react to Gordon on an emotional level rather than a statistical level.
I talk so much shit that I'm like, man, if I lose, this is gonna be rough. So
yeah, you put a lot of. I mean, that's a hard thing to do when you talk shit. When you play the heel, is so much
to perform.
The pressure is. I mean, you have to be good under pressure. It's the Conor McGregor thing.
You know, the reason I actually started talking shit was actually like indirectly because of George. because I won.
I would become the opposite of George.
I won my first EBI, and I didn't talk shit, and everyone was like being like, oh, you know, he only beat Yuri because he was tired, or you know, this or that, and if they have a rematch under any of the rules that he would have lost. And I'm like trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. So I'm scrolling through George's feed one day, and he posted a clip of him beating someone, and I look at the comments, and I'm with this in mind, I'm like, George is the nicest person of all time. And if you look at the comments, it's like 10,000 comments, and like 9,900 are just people calling him like, all you do is lay and pray, you pussy, you suck, you can't finish anybody. And I'm looking at this, and I'm like, people are gonna say what they're gonna say regardless. They're gonna talk shit regardless, so you may as well just say whatever you want and then just be yourself.
For people who don't know, there was an event here a few weeks ago. Jamie, go find the video. What did he say to you?
So he called me a bitch and a pussy. There it is.
Give me some volume.
Then we go backstage, and I go to walk to do an interview, and Andre's waiting for me, like past the curtains. He's like, why are you running? Why are you running? And I turned around, he pushes me, and I was like, okay, well, we're gonna fight. Let's start off with the smack. I went to shake your hand. You flipped me off. I went to shake your hand. Okay. Because that's what you do after a competition. That's what you do. No, you flipped me. Then you came up to me, pushing me, calling me a pushy, and I smacked you in your f***ing mouth, and you walked away from me. So back the f*** up, go away, and let me do my interview. Let me do my interview. If you walk up to someone, call them a pussy, and push them, that's
you should be ready to go.
That's like pretty much as far as you can go before you get into a fight. Yeah. I hit him, and I realized that he wasn't retaliating, and I was like, okay, this guy doesn't want to fight. So then I went to go walk away a second time, and he started following me, and I was like, okay, maybe he changed his mind and wants to fight again. So I smacked him again, and he just backed up, and I just like, okay, he clearly doesn't want to fight, so I'm just gonna walk away, go do my interview.
What King Gordon Ryan!
Hardly bothered at all by the fact that he has got a 30-minute match coming up. And what is this? Gordon has an envelope in his hands. Gordon has just placed an envelope on my table with the words "Open me after" written on it. What on earth could this? What's one of Wagner's favorite techniques? Going high is Gordon Ryan. He passes leg over the top. Look at this, got a triangle attack here. Slightly off the side, and there is the finish. Gordon Ryan with the submission. This envelope right here, let's see what it says.
Are people gonna be upset?
A lot of people were upset, you think?
They're gonna be more upset now.
There it is, a triangle with the words "Who's next?" and no less. Signed, Gordon Ryan.